Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to Automotive Anatomy. Today I'm with Mr. Branden. Mr. Branden, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
No problem.
So tell us, man, what do you drive?
It's a 90 Civic SI. It's a LSV tech, basically.
Okay.
Get more into detail about that. And it's all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's
technically four-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Nice. And how long have you had it for?
12 years now.
12 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And where did you pick it up from?
I picked it up from an old lady. So I'm the second owner. She was the original owner.
Wow.
It had I want to say 113,000 miles when I got it, and I've owned it ever since.
Okay.
She's had 6 different motors and 7 different setups. And she's been rocking and rolling. Never left me hanging.
Wow. Now you built some other Hondas in the past, but why these specific chassis?
I'm really old school, man. Something about the old school stuff. Everybody has an SI, EM1, EM2. EPs, DC2s, you know, everyone has that stuff, and to find a really clean EF is like hard,
right?
And then to find a true build is even harder. So that's like our main focus, was to build something no one else is building and just be different and be us.
Now you've built this car off your garage. What is it that got you into building cars to begin with?
I've been around cars for a long time. My uncle used to take us to the Winter Nationals in Pomona since I was like 6 years old, and it was fun. It's a funny story. He has a couple beers there, and that's how I learned how to drive a stick. I was 13 years old and drove from Pomona up here to Victorville. Never drove a stick before in my life, so I got hooked to driving then.
Wow.
So that's when I got hooked into actually driving. I was always around building cars and stuff like that, and then maybe about 14, I saved up some money and I bought a little Civic. It was an EF 4-door, a red one. Well, it was maroon, and then it had like the maroon interior. And I never actually got it running.
Oh, okay.
But I had the car. I was 14, you know, and I just built it, kept building it. And when I turned 16, I actually sold that for a CRX. And then that's when I got a car running. And that's when I fell in love right there.
All right, Mr. Branden, so tell us, what do you have going on in the front end?
All right, the front end is pretty much OEM. This car, like I said, I stated it's a 90, but we did do a full 89 conversion all the way around, so it does have the 89 front and back bumpers, side moldings and everything.
Now, is there a benefit to that, or is it just personal liking?
It's a personal liking, but there is a benefit because it's not JDM inspired. It's USDM inspired, but I really dig the side molding indentation on the moldings. And so to follow that through, I had to match the bumpers. And I really don't like the SI bumpers because they V in the front, and I kind of like that square grille look and the shorter lights. So to me, it just fits what I got going on.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay.
But past that, everything's OEM. These are all the original lights. They're restored. I restored them myself, but they are all original. Aero latch, hood latches, and that's pretty much it. It's got these fender bumper quick releases, but those will be gone when I respray it. So
now, you don't mind sharing the color code or the name of the color?
No, it's a AMG silver.
AMG silver.
Yeah.
And you say you and your buddy did it off your garage?
We did it out of our garage.
No tools?
No tools, no nothing. Hand sanded, full hand sand. And I'm very anal about what gets parked next to her and stuff like that. So we take good care of her, but yeah, she's gonna get a respray this year. So
same color or
same color? Yeah, same color.
Well, you'll be going with the same 89 bumper.
Yeah.
The same.
Well, originally everything was silver, so the bumpers and everything were silver before.
Oh, okay.
And then I was pulling out of a Bank of America, and this lady pulled halfway out the intersection and then pulled back into reversed back in, and then reversed all on the top. So I had to paint them. I didn't have any more paint, so I had to repaint the bumpers black. And then in order to do that, I had to do the moldings and the mirrors and everything. So it had some kind of uniform.
Didn't look too Yankee.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, the original plan is to bring it back all back silver, how it used to be.
Tell us about your tire and wheel setup.
It's basically an Inky 15x8 plus 25. And there's basic tires, 205 50s on Dunlaps, DZ 102s. A really good street tire. Yeah. It's I mean, it's front wheel drive. It did no justice, but all wheel drive, you just seen it holds its weight.
I experienced that already.
Yeah.
Suspension, brake setup. What do you have going on?
Suspension is Skunk 2 Pro 2s all the way around. Skunk 2 upper control arm camera kits in the front and the back, and then stock brake setup, but it is from a GSR. Everything's from a GSR. The suspension, the
disc in the back,
the hubs, everything in the front and back are all from a GSR.
Now, are there any plans for that in the future?
Plans are big brake setup, but I really was focused on this all-wheel drive stuff and getting it set up so I can do brakes one time. I didn't want to do them twice, you know?
Right.
So I did want to wait till everything was done as far as wheel setup, and then I'll decide on what brakes I'm going to actually decide to go with. But she stops all right for right now, but I would really like to, yeah, so something nice.
Will you be staying for lug?
It will be staying 4-lug, yes.
Okay, nice.
Yes,
Thank
it
you.
will be staying.
Thank you.
It
Yeah,
will
you're
be.
old school.
Yeah, I'm old school, man.
That's what we need. We need more 4-lugs. All right, sweet, man.
Wiper delete, yeah, wiper delete. I mean, everything's pretty much simple. It's got the back arms. I want to give a huge shout out to S1 Built. They looked out for me when they didn't have to, man. They really went out their way to make sure I was satisfied and happy. And the rear control arm DIY kit, they stopped selling. And they were really focusing on production or whatever the case was. But I hit them up on the DM and, you know, and was just like, hey, you know, I'm in a bind. I'm in a small town where we don't have much fabrication and stuff like that. So they were nice enough to part ways with me and sold me a kit. So I actually did, it's got the full S1 DIY rear trailing arm conversion. And they're working on a cast aluminum arm that I'm going to be purchasing as well once it's in final stages. But
that's just someone that were able to work with you.
Yeah, they're really cool people over there. Huge shout out to them, man. It's got a fuel pump kill switch that kills to 440, but 440 down below. It's actually a 450 grams, 450, and wiper delete. It's basically in the position where the wiper used to be.
So that's the kill switch?
Yeah, that's the kill switch for the fuel.
Fuel pump?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. So it is functional.
Yep.
Is there anything that you plan on doing on the exterior other than the paint? No kit?
No, she's gonna stay like this. Okay. Eventually, if we go a wider tire, we might do a little flare setup, but I've only seen a couple that I really like, so designing my own would be like mandatory before I decided to do that.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want it to look like flared out. I want it to look natural and uniform, so.
Somewhat OEM.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Just a wider setup.
So tell us about the rear hatch.
All right, so in the back, it's a pretty simple setup. Got a 2,000 watt Pioneer Premier, 2,000 watt amp. It's turned all the way down. The bottom floor is completely tubbed out and refloored. It's got a fuel cell, 10 gallon, which feeds the 450 underneath, returns there, and then this line here is the breather that breathes with a check valve, so I don't get any bacteria going back in there. Just never know. Right. This is also made by Built to Apex. This is an adapter that we made because this came with a plastic cap. So we wanted something. I originally wanted to run this to the fuel door.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I wasn't able to do so. It was just too high, and without pie cutting and doing some crazy stuff, it was just too much. So I just rocked it like that. Okay. But that was a plan of the whole adapter. That was why we did that. So.
Well, I mean, a little bit, you know, whenever you gotta pump gas.
Yeah.
More inconvenient, but.
But in sense of that, set back over here, I did do something useful with the gas door, which I added it's a power port that has positive and negative, so it accesses from my jumper cables, my battery tender, my external fuel cell that I have at home for my fuel that I fill my tank up with, and it just comes in handy, man. I really love it, and had to use the door for something.
I've never seen that.
Yeah,
I've never seen somebody use
Tesla style.
Tesla style.
Yeah, past that, it's real old school Jensen speakers all the way around. Jensen flip up. I mean, it's pretty old school, man.
Man, you got some good parts in here. It's awesome.
We do have the famous EF hinge fall off there. Make sure we get that on there. But my shocks do work, so we can say that. Okay.
For now.
For now.
Until it decides.
Yeah.
What kind of C-pillar bar is this?
That is a, man, I don't even know, dude. I've had that for so long. 12 as long as the car, for sure. Nice. But yeah, I definitely threw S1 on there to make sure everyone notices that.
And that actually means something.
Yep.